All right, so this lesson is going to be the beginning of Unit 7, Data Analysis. And this video is going to be over bivariate data and scatterplots. So a scatterplot is a whole bunch of dots that are on a graph, and these dots represent a coordinate point. So let's fill in the boxes. So a scatterplot is a graph of ordered pairs. So remember, we just said ordered pairs that represent two sets of data. So two sets of data. What two sets of data? X and Y. So remember X and Y. So down here, this is the X, this is the Y. So this is a set of data, and this is a completely another set of data. Or variables. This is called bivariate. It's called bivariate data analysis. We use trend lines, so trend lines, to determine if there is a positive correlation so positive correlation, negative correlation, or no correlation between the two variables. And what two variables are we talking about? X and Y. So looking down here, another thing I also want to go over to you is linear. So linear means a straight line or a near straight line. So a straight or near straight line, near straight. And what I mean by near straight line, I mean that it almost makes a straight line. So it either makes a straight line or it makes a near straight line, an almost straight line. So let's take a look at positive correlation. We know this is positive. So first off, this is a graph, so similar to this paper I have right here. So we know that this is X, this is Y. We're used to seeing a graph look like this, like a cross. Well, when we get to this information, it's just showing quadrant 1. So this is still the X, and this is the Y. So that's similar. That's what it looks like. All right. So a positive correlation means that making an upward trend. So I'm going to write up here. It makes an upward trend. And how do we know it's making an upward trend? Because it is the line. It's going up. So it's linear. It's making a near straight line going up. So that would be an upward trend or a positive correlation. I also want to let you know too, another word for correlation is association. So whenever you see the word association or correlation, they're synonymous with each other. All right, so, and down here, so as the X values increase, so moving from left to right, they're increasing. So as the X values increase, the Y values increase. So these are going up relative to the X-axis, and then relative to the Y-axis, they're also going up. So as the X values increase, the Y values increase. So moving up that way, they are increasing as well. And it says right here, the points are going upward. And what else is that called? That's called an upward trend. Same what I put right here, an upward trend. All right, let's take a look at negative correlation. So negative correlation is the complete opposite. It's making a line going down. So that would make it negative. So as the X values increase, so going this way, they're moving that way, they're increasing. The Y values decrease. Why are they decreasing? Because they're moving down. So relative to here, the Y, these values are moving down as the X values are moving up. So that would make it a negative correlation. And a negative correlation is also linear. Remember, linear means a straight line or near straight line. So like I just did, we put a near straight line going down, making a near straight line going down. So that would make it negative correlation, and it would be a downward trend. All right, so positive correlation is an upward trend. Negative correlation is a downward trend. Let's take a look at no correlation. So no correlation is nonlinear. So if linear means straight line, so nonlinear is going to mean not a straight line. So you have to kind of look, is any of this making a straight line? No, it's not. The data is all over the place. So that means there's no correlation. There's no type of correlation. Whatever is happening to the x values, nothing's happening to the y values. So there's no association, nothing's happening between the two. So the data points are scattered, and the points show no association or zero association. So remember, association also means correlation. So let's take a look at the bivariate data practice. All right, so it says the relationship between the time spent exercising and the calories burned. So calories burned, this is over here, that's our y values, and our time is going to be the x values. So time spent is x, calories burned are y. All right, so type of correlation. This data shows a blank trend. Well, let's take a look at it. Is it making a straight line or a near straight line? The answer is yes, and it's going up. So that means that it shows an upward trend. This is going to be upward. Therefore, the data represents blank correlation. So that would be positive correlation since it's moving up. So as the x values are rising, the y values are rising. If you go back over here, as the x values increase, y values increase. So if both of them are increasing, it's a positive correlation. All right, so now it says describe the correlation. So we're just describing what's happening. So as minutes increase, calories burned increase. So just put something simple as that. So as minutes, which are the x values, increase, so as minutes increase, calories burned, which is y values, increase. And how do we know that? Because moving this way, they're moving up, they're increasing, and then moving from up here, going up there, they're increasing as well. So it's a positive trend, it's a positive correlation. So both of them are increasing at the same time relative to each other. All right, so now it says interpret the correlation. Write the correlation in your own words. So basically what this means is the more time you spend exercising, the more time you spend exercising, the more calories you're going to burn. So as time goes up, calories burned goes up. It says circle one, linear or nonlinear. So remember, linear is a straight or near straight line, and we already established it's a positive trend, so it is going to be linear. All right, let's take a look at the second one. So it's the relationship between the outside temperature, which over here is our x, and students' test scores. Students' test scores, which is our y. All right, type of correlation. The data shows blank trend. So we're looking for either a positive trend, or we're looking for an upward trend, downward trend, or no trend. So we need to get our line, and we need to see, is there a straight or near straight line going up or down? Doesn't really look like it. It looks like the coordinate points are scattered. So that means the data shows no trend or zero trend. Therefore, the data represents no correlation. So what that means is, describe it, there is no correlation or association. Remember, correlation also means association. There's no correlation / association between test scores and temperature. So interpret what that means. So that basically means since there's no trend, no correlation, it means temperature does not affect test scores. So temperature does not affect test scores. According to this data, there's no correlation, so temperature doesn't affect test scores. Circle 1, linear or nonlinear. Well, is this making a straight line or near straight line going up or down? No, we already established that the data points are scattered, so it's nonlinear.